Hi, Yash.
Hi, how are you, Renu? How are you? Nice to
Good.
see you.
Likewise, Yash. Well, thank you so much for giving me your time. It's such an honor to have you and to
It's
share.
a it's a pleasure, Renu, to be there with you on a platform, and I'm amazed that how you like we have known each other for many years now,
Yes,
but how you've developed yourself as a blogger and just promoted the very small jewelry niche industry of ours is like excellent work you have done.
thank you so much for your kind words. So, guys, let me introduce by introducing Birdishan Gansham Das, of course, a brand which needs no introduction. So, Birdishan Gansham Das is a brand which was established in the year 1930, and the brand has its presence in New Delhi and in Jaipur. And believe me, the brand crafts one of a kind, exclusive jewelry with the finest quality of gemstones. And I'm extremely delighted to have Yash Agarwal, who is a fourth generation jeweler. He's a creative director and the design head of the brand. And Yash will talk to us about the brand legacy, which has been a favorite amongst the celebrities since decades. And of course, Yash will talk to us about the evergreen jewelry trends. So, guys, if you have any questions, let them coming in because this is a great opportunity where we can get all the insights from the expert himself, with us. So, yeah,
Thank you, Renu. I'm already flattered by the way you have introduced us. There could have been anything better.
no.
Um, uh, so basically, how Birdichan, what makes Birdichan different is one of the very important things which we have in mind. Can
Right.
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
So Birdichan is basically known for its two very important basic principles. The first is that we are known for our designs, and the other thing is that we are known for our craftsmanship.
Yes,
Design, craftsmanship, and material, this is what the amalgamation of all these three things make Birdichan a legendary.
of
It
course.
brings Birdichan on a legendary place. We what we do is we take minor detailing of our piece of jewelry. We don't treat our piece of jewelry as a commodity. We
Okay,
treat it as an art form.
lovely, lovely. So I believe, Yash, that the USP of Vidishan Ghanshyam is a bridal jewelry. So, can you
Yeah.
share who is the bride of for Vidishan Ghanshyam?
So okay, there is no such classification, a girl, but there are things that who would like Birdi Chand on their wedding day. So the girl who is classy. The most
Right.
important thing is the girl who is classy.
Right. So, sorry, Yash, I would just like to tell you that which girl wouldn't love to adorn Vidishan Ghanshyam?
Well, I hope that
Of course,
your words are true. That there is no girl who will never wear us. But
of
yeah.
course.
So the girl, the Birdichan bride is very classy. She's a modern
Right,
woman, but yet she has her roots and values of tradition.
right.
That's what comes with us, and that as how our jewelry is. It's we always take too much interest into the craftsmanship and detailing, as
Okay.
well as at the same point of time, what we do is we use a lot of more old antique techniques of different materials, playing out with different old materials, different techniques, and then we make it to the modern silhouette.
Oh, lovely.
What suits the best to the today's girl, their persona, their style. So
Right.
she's stylish, she has a taste, and most importantly, the Birdichan bride is the one who has a taste for art.
I'm
She
sure.
has a taste for fine pieces of jewelry. Like
Right.
a person who would just want to wear a chunk of rocks on her body would never be my client.
That's such a beautiful statement. So tell me, do you have some jewelry from the house that you would
Of
love to show?
course, I have a couple of pieces. Like for example, like I will show you this beautiful art. Like if you can see.
Yes.
Now this is one of my favorite art and one of the most beautiful Rajasthani traditional ornament.
Okay.
In in this, what we have done is like we have played with the technique which is called Jameen Ka Kaam. You
Okay.
will not so everywhere wherever you see the base, you will not see a single bit of metal. Each and every piece of polki is cut and fit in a way so that you don't see the metal. It's kind of illusion setting. It looks like on the polki surface you have done the setting of color stone and other materials.
Cool. And can you also see the backside of this
So
beautiful?
yeah, so what we have done is we have done a different work in it. We have played around with a chisel of gold. We have
Beautiful.
So we have the olden techniques when the Mughals, before the Mughals, in India, we used to practice chiseling of gold. We used to
Right.
inscribe the black metal with some mantra or something. So what we
Right.
have done is we have branded made by Birdishan. That's what the calligraphy shows at back of this piece of jewelry.
That's such a stunning piece. Can you please show it to us once again? The front is so
Sure.
gorgeous. So tell me how long do these kind of lavish necklaces take?
From design conceptualization to the manufacturing, this piece has taken almost 8 months. And more tedious in this is to find the perfect polkis which don't break, because as we all know, the polkis are thin material of diamond. So
Right.
whenever we cut them or we saw them, they break. So what we have to do, we have to find a little thicker material which can easily be sawed and can be shaped to fit in the cavity. It's a very tedious and very artistic work. Normally, everybody cannot do in this. Then we have used the Burma rubies and uh,
Beautiful.
the emeralds to give more
Hi.
enhancement.
The piece little higher. Yes, lovely. Thank you, Yash.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
good. So tell me, since you spoke about polki, I would like you to decode the difference between polki and kundan.
Renu, actually, your voice was not audible. Can you come again with the question?
About polki, that necklace, I would like you to decode the difference between polki and kundan. Can you hear me?
Actually, polki and kundan are two totally different things.
Right.
Polki is the diamond. It's called, in English, we call it table cut diamond, in which only 9 facets were given on the sides. So
Okay.
so in the beginning, when we didn't know how the lapidary skills that well, we only knew how to polish the surface of the diamond. So we used to, instead of sawing or cutting the diamond, we used to polish the diamond flat.
Right, right, right.
So that's what the polki is, and it's the oldest cut form of a diamond. Before
Oh,
that, people used to wear only diamond in a raw form, never in the cut forms,
right, right.
or
Oh,
it's a polished form. So I would show you a couple of things. So if you can see this,
yes,
right, I will point it out. Now the centerpiece is a polki, which is a diamond,
right,
and you see a gold border around it.
yes.
That's kundan.
Oh, lovely.
The kundan is basically a 24 carat of gold, which is the finest and purest form of the gold. इसीलिए एक हिंदी में कहावत है, सोना तप तप के कुंदन बनता है.
Right.
So even the pure gold is burned to a temperature and made into foil like material, which is even purer than the fine gold. Like
Okay.
fine gold is 99.5, this is
Right.
100% pure. That's what
Beautiful.
it is called kundan.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So tell me, Yash, that what are some of the must-have jewelry pieces for the young girls and bride to be?
Well, everything is must have. The girl should not leave with a single piece of jewelry everywhere, anywhere. Like they should pick all the pieces of jewelry up and keep it in their Pandora box. But but yeah, of course, I would say I like girls whenever they go for their jewelry shopping,
Yes.
they should make wide variety of selection. They should not only go with one style or one look or one piece of jewelry. They should have multiple pieces of jewelry, because every piece of jewelry has a different occasion and different wearability. So,
Right.
but couple of them is very, very important. It's like a choker. Like I would say, this like a choker, like a this kind of a choker, which is very statement, which is very like people can recognize from far also, is
Right.
very important to have in your collection.
Right. Right.
You know why? Because it is effortless. Whenever a girl wears a choker, she looks very elegant and very classy. Then couple of things I would say, like they should definitely have a lariat into their collection.
One of my favorite. That's one of my favorite.
And with the outfits, okay, with the outfits,
Yes.
this kind of a jewelry really goes well now.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
I will show you that even with the Western or Indo-Western, how do people do fusion? Like what the
Right.
fusion is exactly. The fusion is the amalgamation of style,
Right.
right? So it's how you style yourself up. It's very important to have this kind of a jewelry. Now, for different occasions, that people should have like Kashmiri jhumkas and earrings, for that matter.
Right, right. Do you have any Kashmiri jhumkas? Because I do remember seeing some when I visited your store. I really had loved this particular earring.
Unfortunately,
No,
what happened? The
no problem. So, Yash,
Yeah, I'll show you another piece of jewelry which is very interesting and very
sure.
craftsman oriented. This is the earring. in which there's a big polki stud.
Okay.
And this is very classy and very effortless. Whenever you wear this and go out for any of the parties, it makes a statement immediately.
Right.
So it is one of this kind of a jewelry is must for your collection. Well,
Right.
how beautiful it is done is like you see the prongs which are made of ruby.
Oh, the prongs are made in rubies. Lovely.
The prongs are made in ruby. That is what the detailing we at Birdichan talk about. That's what is most important thing is.
So how difficult would a setting like this be for you guys?
Oh, it's a USP which we hold, and it's not easy to do. One of the most difficult things to cut a piece of prong from a one piece of ruby.
I'm sure.
It's very difficult. It's a very artistic and a very painstaking job. It takes a lot of precision.
Right. So tell me that is there like a lot of wastage also since you guys would be cutting the ruby very finely and minutely. So you think there could be a lot of wastage of the ruby or
Wastage of raw material, yes, of course.
yeah,
But as we say that stone is cut to its beauty.
absolutely.
Otherwise you should wear the raw material itself, right? If we don't cut and waste the stone, then only we cut the stone and then only the beauty comes out of that stone.
So Yash, I have been getting too many questions asking about the costing of the earrings and of the chokers. So then guys connect
Uh,
and they'll be the best to like share all the details about the pricing with all of you all. So yeah, I believe that this is a great platform to also to like generate sales. Yash, what do you say?
of course, the digital is going to the next world for us. Till the time we come back to the normal and start meeting people in person, this digital is going to go way ahead than what I expected in my earlies.
Totally, Yash. It's totally a time to go digital. You know, that's a key word. Okay, so no, like would you like to talk to us about some evergreen jewelry trends that will never ever go out of fashion.
Whenever we talk about fine jewelry,
Yes,
and classic jewelry, it never goes out of trend.
absolutely.
And what you have seen what you like the most is you've seen your mother or sister or anybody wearing it home and grown your grandmother.
Yes,
They used to look so elegant, and
absolutely.
you have always grown up seeing that. How can they go out of fashion?
Ever, ever.
So it is what goes out of fashion is the way to wear them.
That's
It's
the
just
beauty.
a, it's just a style which makes it different. You can
Right.
style up your old jewelry with in a different way to make it look classy and new.
Right, absolutely. You know, Yash, I really love the way that you put up the entire context. You know, it all depends as to how you wear it because, you know, I personally feel that there are no trends. I personally feel that jewelry is something that has to resonate with who you are. You know, if you can carry
Yes,
it also gracefully, that's the trend.
of course. And the moment we talk about jewelry, we say it is heirloom, it is timeless, it is precious, and
Yes,
then we put it into a bracket of fashion,
trends.
or we say that is it evergreen or it is not. If it is not evergreen, then it is not jewelry.
Exactly, exactly. So I think that I know I personally feel that the whole trends factor is just a myth. You know, whatever you wear, that's the trend. You create a
Of,
trend.
yes, you need to style yourself up. You need to be very confident. You
Yes,
need to carry your attitude along with the jewelry.
absolutely, Yash. I totally second that. So tell me that, Yash, please share a word of advice for the brides, you know, when they're planning their bridal jewelry purchase.
So now that's a very, very interesting question. And I think I wanted to, if you wouldn't have asked this question, then I would have asked this question and I would have advised myself.
So
So
I'm
there's a
glad,
lot of things like whenever the bride, they keep on looking to the magazines, start following Instagram, they see other brides, and then they make a imaginary picture or photo of themselves.
right,
Now, what I say, it is very good. You should always do that,
right,
but you should not follow trends blindly.
right.
There are three E's in my life, which I say every time, everything, and everybody is
Okay.
not same. So
Wow. Well,
every body type is different. Every person has a different style to wear it. Everybody has a different persona. So each and every jewel on you will reciprocate the similar aura out of it. They will
hmm,
ooze out their awe factor once you style them, and it's when it comes on your structure. None of the jewels will they might look nice in the box, but until they might not look nice on you. So you should always try the piece of jewelry instead of just buying it.
right, right. So, Yash, can you please your three E's again because I really love them.
It's the three E's are everybody,
Okay.
every time, and everything.
Okay,
So
Yash.
everything doesn't look nice on everybody and every time.
Right. I really, really love the whole way, that, so beautifully, you just summarize the entire thing. That's a power because each one is so unique, right? That's really
Right.
beautiful.
There are a couple of more advice which I would like to give it to them is like that's a very important thing that they should. What I'm saying is um, they should not just not go for fashion or what is in trend. They
Okay.
should always go for a piece which is valued and has a heirloom
Okay.
effect to it, which can
Okay.
be treasured,
Okay.
right? Like
Right.
sometimes what happens, like they just go for the look, but they are the brides. They will look nice, whatever they wear. They should style themselves up. They should be more experimental with them as instead of just being boring. They should wear different style, different stuff to come out of that stigma of wearing the similar two-layer necklace or a multi-layer or a big chunk piece.
Right. Right. So, Yash, spoke about brides. I would like to know that many a times, like the family members or the friends unintentionally would like try, would like wear like more piece of jewelry compared to the bride. So, would you share your expertise on that?
No, that's a gray area. So now the thing is, uh, I definitely advise my brides that they should always travel with their peer group only. They should come with the people who really make the influence in their life, and they should take the advice of very few people. Like
Huh.
like many people are around, they will always have different advice, and they will spoil your way to look at that piece of jewelry,
Right. Right. So,
right?
there's a very question come up. Can you suggest a jewelry for a summer bride to be?
So now my thing is if a bride is making a look, it's about the whole look. It's not about the jewelry itself. It's the entire look which is going to define you. If you are a summer bride, and I'm assuming that you might be going with the pastel color of your lehenga, then
Right.
you should go with a darker tone of color. You should not wear a all white jewelry. You should
Okay.
have a color twist to the jewelry. Plus, I would still say that there should always a breathing gap between two pieces of your jewelry if you want to layer it up.
Okay. That's a wise one.
And if you wear a choker, then you should
Right.
leave it, and then you should try accessorize yourself in a more.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. So, there was another interesting question came up. What is your idea for the 2020 bride? Since 2020 has begun on a very challenging note now. So, what do you see the idea of the bride
So
for?
the 2020 brides are going to be, and they are going to enter the history. The people who are going to get married in 2020 will be referred in history that they were the brides of 2020. It is going to be a very different time, but yes, you are the brides,
Yes.
and there is no advice which is other than this, that you
Right.
should concentrate on your look, that what looks nice completely on the frame you are in. That's it. Because maybe it is a wedding of 50 people, 100 people, 5,000 people. It doesn't make. It is your day. It is your charm.
Right. So, Yash, moving back to the previous answer, where you spoke about the summer bride, I've been
Mhm.
asked this question that can you suggest a gemstone for the summer bride? Since you mentioned it's going to be all pastel and stuff, so is there any particular shade of gemstone or any gemstone that you would like to suggest?
So I am a big fan of emeralds and rubies.
Okay.
So and emeralds particularly, I like the shade of Colombian.
Okay.
So
Right.
I would advise, because it's a little more grass green color and it has a hue to it. So you
Right.
should definitely go with the colors of green and ruby. Ruby also like a Burma pink, which
Okay.
is towards little lighter tone of red.
Right. Right. So here someone has commented, Ishan has commented, amazing collection, will definitely buy for his wife. So there you have
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ishan.
customers messaging you, Yash. So that's wonderful. Okay, so now moving on, Yash, I would like to know that the stores, have opened up in Delhi and in Jaipur. So can you share with us what precaution has BG?
After 2 months of lockdown, we have resumed our work at Delhi and Jaipur store, and we are following all the SOPs which have been given as the guidelines given by the government. We are
Okay,
taking the proper sanitization into place. We have done a thorough sanitization for COVID as well as antiviral, antibacterial things. we have maintained the social distancing among our staff. Each and every staff member was COVID test before they came to the work, and any one of them had any other symptoms or anything, we have not called them to work.
Okay, okay, that's really interesting to know. There was a question asked about some advice to the young designers.
Okay, that's a very simple advice, and every time I give the same design to the
Okay,
designers, that design, what is design? Design is the thought of your mind.
absolutely, yeah.
So you should keep your mind pure, and you should not get influenced by anyone else's inspiration. In fact, you should have your mind ponder around to inspire on your own.
Right, because I know I totally believe that mind has the strongest power. Once you set your mind to achieve something, you will definitely achieve. Whether it's a jewelry piece or whether it's something that you've been trying to achieve something.
Right. So if that's what it said, now if you're original, everybody will in the world will know you.
That's so beautifully put up. Meghna has complimented 15 years relationship. I have always been complimented wearing Yash's design. So you have your
Thank
customer
you. Thank you, Meghna. Thank you so
words with.
much. You know, you
Okay.
people like you only encourage me to keep on designing and creating
Oh,
new things.
that's so humble of you. Okay, moving on, Yash. Tell me that what changes do you foresee in the wedding and the jewelry sector?
Well, I think it's a little premature question because we're still not out of the COVID-19 situation, and the
Right,
world is changing every day. Every day we are taking longer to come back to the normalcy. The world is different and it's changing. So, well, as far as the mindset of the bride is concerned, I don't think so. It is going to change anywhere.
yeah.
Jewelry has a history of 7,000 years,
Huh.
and it goes way back to 7,000. I don't think so a couple of months here and there in our life would change the way we look at the jewelry.
Yes.
But again, I would say it is again a early question, because if how soon we come back to the normalcy is going to draft this question now.
So Yash, you mentioned that that the digital marketing is a key factor. So can you share with us that what steps has British and Ghanshyam taken, in terms of digital?
So Birdichan Ghanshyamdas has been very old player for a digital marketing. We have
Lovely,
been into a digital marketing for almost 10 years now,
beautiful.
which is a very very long period of time. And it's not only about the digital marketing. Each and every marketing we have taken into consideration and drafted our policy accordingly.
Right,
But after the COVID situation, when we are a little scared of touching the objects and going out and meeting people. So one of the most important is digital, and it's easily approachable with your
right,
handset, and anywhere you can easily reach. And with the
right.
bloggers like you have really come into a play, the digital marketing is going to take a boom and is going to increase, and people are going to focus towards it more.
So there was a question that will you open online portal? Do you guys have an online portal where people can also purchase jewelry?
Uh, right now, we don't have any
Okay,
plans, but yes, in future we might have plans, as we have a very high-end and very artistic jewelry which online still don't do justice.
right.
But we do market ourselves online, and if you like any of our products, you can see it on Instagram, or can call us, and we will take you personally online from there.
That's lovely. So Yash, I have received too many requests about audience wanting to see more of your jewelry. So do you have more
Yes,
pieces that you would love to show
I
it to?
have what. So I'll show you one of the very creative pieces and very traditional. This is a hasli,
Okay,
and it is one of the very important ornaments. It is supposed to be a collarbone ornament. It
okay,
doesn't fit on the neck. It is supposed to lie loose on the neck, and it
okay,
should sit on the collarbone. The
okay.
girls who have prominent collarbones,
Right.
they should definitely wear this piece of a jewelry. And even if don't have, this will fit into each and everyone's neck. Now, the interesting piece is that you see how we have cut the ruby
Right.
and made the jhumkis out of it.
Yes. Yes,
So now
absolutely.
that's what the artistic part of this piece of jewelry is.
And
Then
these are,
I,
yes.
sorry, you were saying something. I
No,
just
it's on.
Yeah, and then you'll see there are rose cuts, and so each and every piece is very differently done. now making a jhumkis out of ruby is not an easy task because it's a big. You'll have to find this big size of rocks, raw material, and then only it can be cut,
Right, right.
right?
Ash, since you mentioned about rose cut, I do remember coming and seeing your fabulous rose cut collection. So,
Right.
some more of your rose cut collection which you would
I,
love to
I
share.
I'll show you. I'll show you a couple of pieces. Um, sorry.
Because I never stop admiring your entire display of
So
that.
so you see this piece of it's a bracelet come choker.
Okay,
You can wear it as a bracelet also. You can wear it as a choker. The center are old Golconda cut diamonds. They're all mutual cuts,
beautiful. Okay.
and on the sides to enhance the center pieces, what I've done is I've given the rose cut diamond in the form of paisleys.
Rose cut diamonds in the form of paisley. That's so beautiful.
So what
Amazing.
we do, we also shape our stones as per our design. We don't
Oh,
put the stone as it is, which is available in the market. We
right.
shape our stones according to our design and then put it so that there's a minimum metal visible. Now there are a couple like this is one of my favorite lariats.
Oh, that's so creative.
Yeah, so it's one of my favorite lariats, and it's one of the best amalgamation for the Indo-Western style of jewelry. I say we have taken the very Western silhouette, which is very French and called lariat, yet we
Right,
have not lost the Indian aesthetics to it.
right, right. And this is such a conversation piece. People wearing it. I'm sure that the women will invite so many compliments, and it's just
Of course, most important thing is that.
right. Yeah, sure. Can you put the piece back again because I do remember seeing that the chain has
Sorry.
again cut diamonds which have been specially cut.
Yes, the chain has a tulip cut diamond, which is specially cut.
So tell me, Yash, what comes first to you? Like, is it like the design that comes to you first, or is it like the stone that you have that you would like to put it on paper? What is it?
Well, um, again, it's like whenever I design, it's not only the one thing which comes into my mind first. For
Right.
some time, it is design which I work on. Like I like certain pieces, certain design, silhouette, and layout I would work on.
Right.
And sometimes it is the stone which I buy first. And I like find the stone very beautiful. I'll buy it and then I'll design around it to enhance it. So it is the inspiration I get through. Like it might be the stone or it might be the design or any other thing.
Right, right. So tell me that is there any book which you would recommend to the audience, which they can study and they can understand designing or some techniques?
Well, I have a collection of around
Yash.
200 books, and there is none which has not inspired me. And but there's a very beautiful book on Jaipur.
Okay, okay,
It's a Jaipur, and it's a old structural drawings of Jaipur, which really inspired me. Architectural detailing in it inspired me to design the collection which we called Amir, and it's one of my favorite till date. It's one of my favorite collections.
so there's a question asked, what is more important to you, the commercials or the art?
I think 100% art.
Art,
Money is
right?
only in the head,
It's only in the head, yes, yes.
and money has no value until unless spent.
That's again. So,
So
yeah. So sorry, Ruhi wants to know the name of the book. So probably if you can share the picture of the book, maybe I can share a story later on, or
I will share the picture of that book. I'll share a couple of more pictures of the books
oh,
which
perfect.
these people can.
Right. So now, Yash, can you share with us that, especially during this particular time, why should one invest in buying jewelry?
Um, because the time is going to go on forever, and fine piece of jewelry is what is going to pass on from one generation to another, and it's going to be heirloom.
Absolutely.
Plus, plus, I would say it's not about investing into the piece of jewelry. It is investing in where do you want to invest it. Do you
Oh,
want to invest it into a art or you want to invest it into commodity? If you
oh,
want to invest into commodity, please don't invest it
okay. Okay.
because commodity has a variable value. It
Okay.
increases through time and it decreases with time.
Right.
Whereas art has intangible value and it will always and always appreciate with time,
Beautiful. Okay. That's
right?
the point. So what kind
So
of, sorry, you were saying something.
no, I was saying that even the art, like how
Right.
the art piece of jewelry is, it has an appreciation value in both in terms for the person who is viewing it and
Right.
as in the terms of the person who is valuing it. So
Right.
always buy the piece which is beautifully crafted and has a rich material to in it.
Right, right. So tell me, what kind of jewelry should people purchase that will continue to hold high value? Since you mentioned about buying jewelry.
Well, I think it is the kind of jewelry which I've already been spoken about. The artistic jewelry will always have a high value, both in the person who views it, who's seeing the piece of jewelry will appreciate, wow, what a piece of jewelry are you wearing, and the person who is valuing it will also see the art value is increasing. See,
Beautiful.
if you're putting the material, and if the
Yes,
material is precious enough and rare enough,
right,
the value will always and always go up because it is going to be scarce.
right, right. So let me see if we have more questions. And in case if you want to show more jewelry, you're more than welcome,
Oh
Yash.
yeah, of course. Like I have a couple of
Oh,
this is one of the very interesting pieces, and has taken me almost 2 years to make it. It's not about the design in it. It's very simplistic, but it is the material which is very rare in it.
okay,
These are the syndicate polkis which are no more available,
okay,
and it's each polki is the size of around 7 to 8 carats.
beautiful.
And what we have done is like we have detailed it with a sarafa, which is also made of gold, like a black chain, which can
Which
be adjusted, and it's all made of gold. So it's a perfect bridal piece, and you don't need to wear anything else with it, and you can team it up in a
right,
longer way.
right. And tell me those emerald beads which you have, how difficult was that to like for you to source exact emerald beads?
Yeah, we had to source this emerald bead first, and then we made the layout around it to fit. So it's not easy. Like sometimes it is not only about the procuring the material, but it is also the material should go well in the sync with the design. So if
Beautiful.
this piece is like say 8 mm, then it should fit into this cavity so that it doesn't give any gap out. So that
And,
is one of the most difficult things.
right, and I can see that these emerald beads, are they carved, if I'm not
They
mistaken?
are carved. They're called melon cuts.
Beautiful. That's so beautiful. And what do you have those links? Are those diamond links in the center?
They are all diamond link rose cut. And what we have done is we have set the polki in a way that it looks like a premium old Victorian setting. I'll show you the closer look.
Style of jewelry. And this took you
Right.
two it.
It's procuring the material took me almost 2 years. Making it was easier, so it took around 6 months time for me to make this piece.
Okay, and some more pieces of jewelry, Dash.
Yes, sir. So you see,
Choker, right?
it's a choker now in which we have
Uh,
done a elephant parade basically. It's like it's a scene of a jungle in which the elephants are dancing because of the happy, and elephants are auspicious. So a lot of my pieces of jewelry will have elephants.
oh, really? That's interesting to know. Yes.
Yeah.
Let
Oh,
me.
elephants are very auspicious and one of my favorite animals. They symbolize strength.
Okay,
They symbolize prosperity,
right,
and they symbolize being so giant and humble. They're one
right.
of the biggest walking creatures on Earth, planet Earth right now, and they're so humble that they won't hit you or they won't do anything to you.
So you mentioned that most of the jewelry pieces will have some elephant story.
I like them. So a lot of my pieces of my jewelry has the animal motifs. Like there's one piece which is not yet complete, but I thought that I'll show you to how do we take the pains to make it. Like this is a husky again,
Okay.
and you will see that there are
Yes, I
birds
can.
of heaven flying around.
Yes, yes. So yeah, somebody's commented that your shirts also have elephants. I mean, I can't see it,
Okay. Yes,
but
I do. That's why I said I love elephants, so I do keep on wearing them.
that's a really tough Chanakya jewel.
A little, so somebody's asking me to show the piece little higher.
Yeah, stunning.
You
So
know, it's a one piece of husky, and it takes a lot of time for art craftsman to make it because every time he has to twist the piece,
right.
right? And it is a lot of weight. There's a lot of weight in this, so it hurts. So he cannot do a setting of more than one or two pieces in a day. If he is a good craftsman, he won't be able to do more than two pieces in a day.
So in this particular necklace will like take you how long? Since you mentioned it's
So
very
I mean, yeah. So this piece is going to take now from this stage is going to take at least 3 months to complete it.
3 months to
But
complete.
it has already been 5 months I've been working on this piece of jewelry.
Right. Okay, let me see if I have more questions. Do you have any jewelry with Kashmir sapphire?
Kashmir's, oh, unfortunately, I don't have Kashmir sapphires. And they're one of the most beautiful stones, and I love their royal blue color.
Absolutely. And I,
And
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I was saying that they're one of the most beautiful and originated royal blue color. But unfortunately, what happens? We have a stigma in India about the sapphire stone, so we have a little lesser stock for Kashmir sapphires. But we
Absolutely.
do have Burma sapphires in our stock if anybody would like to see any of.
Okay. Abhishek would like to see more diamond jewelry.
Okay, Abhishek, I would request you to please visit us on the store or give us the numbers, and our executive will reach you and show you as much as you want.
I'm sure, I'm sure. Okay, there was a very interesting question which was asked about art. Let me see if I can find it again. So basically, the person wanted to like get more insight about what is art jewelry.
What is art jewelry?
Yes,
Um, so anything which pleases your eyes is art, right?
right,
Right. So for example, if Picasso's painting is an art,
absolutely.
so it is an artist's thought that how to make his piece look beautiful,
Mhm.
craftsmanship, how detailed every detail he has to take care. Like, okay, this is the place where there's a little bit of metal visible. I should put one piece of diamond. Or this
Okay,
is the stone which has to be there in 8 mm size, has to be in 8 mm size only. I cannot compromise by 7.95. That is what as artistic jewelry is. Each and every minor detail has to be taken into consideration.
right. There was another interesting question. What do people prefer more? 22 carats, 18 carats, or 14 carats of gold?
Different community, that's it cannot be answered with one person's the
Right.
different community are will be divided differently. Like there are a lot of people who are preferring 18 karat gold in India now. Earlier they used to like more 22 karat,
Okay.
whereas America, there is a lot of people who would prefer 14 karat of gold.
Okay. Okay. So again, I'm guessing it all depends upon
it
people's
uh, it all it is all depends with geography and which community are we talking about.
right, right, right. So, Yash, any piece of advice for the young, talented designers, that you would love to share before we close the conversation?
Guys, have faith in you. Whatever design is just a perception.
Right,
Right? So it's a perception. So whatever you draw, and if you think it is nice, don't go on anyone else's choice. I might
right,
have a different perception toward a design, but be
right,
confident and be creative.
right, right, absolutely. Also, one question has come up. What color gold do you personally feel will be upcoming trend? The color of gold.
Well, I personally, I don't know, the gold color has always been yellow and bright and shiny, but I personally like the dull gold more because it enhances the material like diamonds and color stone used in it more. So I
Right,
personally like the dull effect of the gold more as compared to the bright and shiny.
right, right, right. I think questions are coming in on and on. So beyond applying basic techniques, how does a jewelry designer evoke an emotional response to the jewelry? That's an interesting one.
Okay, so I remember one of the movies in which there was a dialogue from some, I think, Munna Bhai MBBS, that a designer,
Uh-huh.
or so he had, there was a dialogue that a doctor cannot operate his own daughter
Right.
because that at that point of time his hands will shake. So at the
Absolutely.
same point of time, every designer, a good designer, should always think of their market and should always try to think that how can I part away with my loved piece very easily.
Wow, that's a good one. That's a really interesting one.
Right?
Um,
You are not drafting the piece of jewelry. What you are making is a wearable art. So
right.
it has to go out in the market and it has to sell. Then only it will be appreciated.
Right. So Yash, there was a question which was asked. Yeah. So we also have people and young designers wanting to apply for internship at Bidhi and Shamdas. So would you like to share your, like how can they do it with
Um,
us?
they can please send the portfolios to jobs@british.com, and our
Okay.
HR department will take care of it and they'll reach to them.
So yes, that's a great way of like helping all the young talented designers
Thank
also
you so much.
it right now. Okay. One last question I'll take is how to take care of your pole key.
Okay, that's a very important question. It's a very important question. The Polki and Jadao jewelry are like small babies. They need to
Right.
be pampered and taken care. Like they should be taken care of very well.
Okay.
Now the thing is, there are a couple of do's and don'ts.
Okay.
So most important do is that you should keep the polki jewelry into a separate box,
Okay.
wrapped into a muslin cloth
Okay.
or a cotton cloth, not cotton wool. Never touch cotton wool to any of the jewelry, or the foam.
Okay.
Okay. And whenever you wear that piece of jewelry and come back, take the moisturizer in your hand, apply it on your hand, make it almost dry, and then coat it on your piece of jewelry around. It gives a lubrication and it gives a lubrication around the kundan, and it helps it not to age.
Oh, interesting. Okay, because because and especially people tend to wear the makeup or like maybe put the perfume after wearing the jewelry. That's
With any kind of jewelry, please wear your perfumes and then wear the jewelry, even if it is a diamond or a plain gold jewelry. It
right,
is the same way.
right, yeah, right, Yash. So Yash, I guess we can wrap up, guys. If you have any more questions, one last chance. Else, you can always reach out to Yash or reach out. We'll be more than happy to answer them. Repeat the last one. So, Parul, can you specify what is the last one that you want Yash to repeat? How to take care of your polki? Is that what you mean? I think, Yash, people want you to repeat your answer to how to take care of the polki.
Yeah, so the polki jewelry, basically what you do once you come back from a party, like you
Okay.
apply moisturizer on your skin, right? So take the moisturizer, rub it on your hand, and it should be almost dry. It should not, there should be no moisturizer on your hand. It should be almost dry.
Okay.
And then just put a layer, just pamper your piece up, just rub it around so that
Okay.
it gives a lubrication layer so that air doesn't penetrate through the polki, any hole or a cavity is
Right.
left.
Okay. And then you mean to say then we can remove it and then we can wrap it up and then that's how you want us to like take care of it?
Yeah, yeah. Somebody asked me the moisturizer has perfume. That's why
Yes.
I asked that you should not use the moisturizer which is in the damp form. You should rub the moisturizer which is almost dry,
Okay.
right? And the second thing is perfume is not the problem. The smell is not the problem. The problem is the spray which brings the alcohol to it.
Okay, I see. Okay. So guys, people have been asking your email ID. So guys, you can easily go on Vidichan Kanshamdas website on their Instagram handle and all the details are there. What do you go for inspiration when working on a new line?
What? Okay. Uh, it's not one thing. Like everything around me inspires me. The God is the creator, and rest every one of us follows it,
Yes,
and everything what He has created, we get the inspiration from it.
right,
We are
yeah,
not the creators. We can't design anything. What we do is we take inspiration from
right,
whatever He has created to design something else.
right.
So I think everything around me inspires. There's not one single thing which has not inspired me.
Right, Yash. So yes, those were very inspiring words from you. And so with those inspiring words, I think it's time for us to wrap up. But before
Thanks.
I would love to thank you for all the beautiful insights. And guys, if you yet have any more questions, please be free to reach out to Vidishan Ghanshyamdas or to me, and we'll be more than happy to answer all your questions.
It will be a pleasure. Thank you, Renu. Thank you so much.
But
Thank
yeah,
you.
that's all your time. Thank you.